Imagine this, you start with just £1,000 and one day that small amount is part of the reason you never have to work for money again. But unfortunately, most people will ignore this video and end up struggling in retirement. In 24 years as an investor and electrician, I've seen too many friends and family really struggling in retirement. Using all my experience, I'm about to give you 10 ways you can put £1,000 to work step by step. No jargon, no hype, just simple strategies that work. Some are safe, some are riskier, and number 10 is like investing in Bitcoin 10 years ago. Tip 1, index funds. Let's start with my favorite way to invest, index funds. It's simple, stress-free, and if you have the discipline to invest long term, you can build serious wealth by investing regularly instead of gambling on one or two stocks. You want a slice of hundreds or thousands of companies within a single fund. Not like me in 2011 when I lost our life savings gambling on individual stocks after doing about 15 minutes of research. Basically, I was clueless, and this is a perfect example of why financial education is so important. The SP 500 index fund, for example, gives you exposure to 500 of America's biggest companies. Companies like Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, etc., all in one fund. And the beauty, you don't have to be an expert stock picker. Over time, the market tends to grow, and so does your investment. 3 strong options to research: Vanguard SP 500, the Vanguard Life Strategy 100, and the Vanguard Global All Cap. But if you want some more funds to consider, see below for a recent video. Index funds offer low fees, diversification, historically reliable. That's why Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of all time, recommends them. Tip 2, ETFs, exchange traded funds, or ETFs are very similar to index funds, but they trade like stocks, which means you can buy and sell them during the day. Same diversification, same low fees, just more flexibility. If you like the idea of adjusting your position at any time instead of once per day, ETFs could be the better option. 2 examples worth looking into: the Vanguard SP 500 ETF or the Bitwise Ethereum ETF. Tip 3, bonds. Just to be transparent, I don't invest into bonds, but I wanted to give you plenty of options. Bonds are the calmer, steadier cousin of stocks. You lend money to a government or company and they pay you interest. They won't make you rich overnight, but they do provide stability and income, which can be powerful, especially in retirement. You can buy them individually or through a bond ETF, like Schwab's short-term US Treasury ETF, or a fund like Fidelity Investment Grade Bond Fund. Tip 4, robo-advisors. If you want a set it and forget it approach, robo-advisors do the heavy lifting for you. You answer a few questions about your goals and risk tolerance, and the app builds and manages a portfolio, often with very low fees. In UK, look at Nutmeg or Money Farm. In the US, Betterment or Wealthfront. It's like having a financial advisor who never sleeps, never judges you, and charges a fraction of the cost. Before we carry on, this video doesn't contain any financial advice, and the full disclaimer can be found below in the description. Tip 5, money market funds. If you're not ready for the stock market just yet, money market funds are a great holding spot. They're low risk, they pay better interest than most banks, and your money is usually accessible quickly. Right now, top funds are paying around 4 to 5%, easily beating inflation. Well, if you believe official figures, that is. What do you think about the 2 to 3% inflation figures that get published in mainstream media? Personally, I have my doubts. Tip 6, REITs. Want real estate income without dealing with tenants? Now, I've got 6 rental properties, and if I could go back 20 odd years, I would 100% go with REITs over rental properties. Real estate investment trusts, or REITs, let you invest in property through the stock market. They're required to pay out 90% of profits as dividends, meaning regular income for you. You can invest in individual REITs like public storage or through REIT ETFs. What about you? Would you go with REITs or rental properties? Tip 7, crowdfunding startups. This one's exciting and risky. Crowdfunding platforms let you invest in startups before they potentially take off. It's a chance to get in early on the big thing. But remember, about 90% of startups fail. If you do it, treat it as a small speculative part of your portfolio, not the main plan. I'm rattling through these, but I will be going into much more detail when I tell you about tip 10 and what many believe is potentially the next Bitcoin. Tip 8, pay down debt. Paying off high interest debt is one of the best guaranteed returns you'll ever get. If your card charges 20% interest, paying it off is like making a risk-free 20% gain. If you want to get right into personal finance so you can potentially find even more money to invest, type yes below and you can join my free investing community over on School. Paying down debt is covered in the course material and gives you all the info you need. Tip 9, start a side hustle. £1,000 to start a small business could be the best investment of all in yourself. It could be online, service-based, or even product-focused. The skills, experience, and confidence you gain can pay you back for decades. You could start a TikTok shop or even start your own YouTube channel. Tip 10, cryptocurrencies. Love them or hate them, cryptocurrencies aren't going anywhere. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, they are volatile, unpredictable, but also full of potential. If you invest, do it with money you can afford to lose and treat it as a side bet, not your main retirement strategy, your plan. As promised at the start, I'm now going to tell you about a crypto that is like investing in Bitcoin 10 years ago, according to many experts like Barry Silbert. So why Potenza Tau is a great investment opportunity. Tau is a potential game changer in crypto, according to big names like Barry Silbert and Sam Kidd. If you're looking for the next big thing in crypto, here's why Tau might be worth your attention. Explained simply so you can see what the hype's about. I'll give you 6 reasons and I'll also explain the risks. 1, it's the future of AI and crypto combined. Potenza is a decentralized platform that blends artificial intelligence with blockchain. It's like a marketplace where people contribute AI models and get rewarded with Tau tokens. Barry Silbert, the CEO of Digital Currency Group and crypto legend, calls decentralized AI the next big investment for crypto. He compares it to the early days of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and NFTs. Same Potenza is leading the charge in this new era. 2, huge growth potential. Sam Kidd, a well-known crypto investor, compares Tau today to Bitcoin back in 2013, calling it an unstoppable beast with massive upside. He sees it as a rare opportunity like catching Bitcoin early. Barry Silbert even suggests Tau could outshine Bitcoin as a store of value because it's solving real-world problems with AI, not just acting as digital gold. 3, backed by big players. Barry Silbert's company, Digital Currency Group, is one of Tau's biggest investors, holding about 500,000 Tau tokens, worth over 175 million. He's launched a new venture called Yuma to build on Potenza's ecosystem, showing he's all in. Other major funds like Polychain and DAO5 are also invested, adding credibility. Silbert's track record with early Bitcoin investment makes his support a huge vote of confidence. 4, unique technology with real impact. Potenza's subnets are like mini networks where developers build AI solutions for things like text analysis or image recognition. Silbert says Potenza's reached escape velocity, meaning it's grown fast and pulling in developers. Unlike Bitcoin, which spends billions securing its network, Potenza used its resources to fund AI innovation, which could solve global problems. Sam Kidd loves this because it's not just another crypto, it's a platform with real-world use. 5, strong market momentum. Potenza's ecosystem is booming. Its subnet market cap jumped 166% in April 2025, from 181 million to 481 million, and active subnets tripled in a year. Tau is also trending on platforms like CoinGecko, showing growing support and buzz. Silbert says this momentum makes Potenza stand out among other AI crypto projects. 6, easy to access thanks to Potenza's Coinbase listing and EVM compatibility, meaning it works with Ethereum tools. It's easier for developers and investors to get involved. Silbert's Yuma is also making it simpler for institutions to stake Tau, which could bring in even more money. Risks to keep in mind: no investment is a guaranteed thing. Tau's price is volatile, down 27% from its $767 peak, and its success depends on subnets delivering real-world apps. If developers don't build killer apps, growth could stall. Also, some Bitcoin fans criticize Tau, calling it a distraction. So there's debate in the crypto community, shall we say. Always do your own research. Summary. So there you have it, 10 ways to put £1,000 to work, from the safest options to the riskiest. The truth is, your best option depends on your goals and your risk tolerance and your time horizon. The sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. And time is your greatest investing tool, ally. I want to know, if I gave you £1,000 today, which of these would you choose first? Let me know in the comments below. I read and reply to as many comments as I can, but before you go, I want to leave you with a little warning. Because AI is going to cause huge disruption to many of our lives over the next few years, but there is a solution, in my opinion, and that is education. So if you see below, I'll leave the link for Seeing Kids free Audible that goes into all the different ways you can learn about AI and invest into it. And he goes into Tau in great detail. If there's one thing I want you to get from this little video, is the importance of investing in AI and learning all about it.